Route 11 headed towards Canton, New York, north of Governor, New York. And to those people who see New York as New York City, I think this is evidence that not all of New York looks like New York City. This is what's called the North Country. And like I had done a short video a while back on the leather stocking portion of New York State. This one up here is interesting because the weather pattern here, believe it or not, is not a whole lot different than the weather pattern down in central New York, even though it's it's 100 miles further north. And part of it has to do with its location relative to the lakes. And part of it has to do, I believe, with the altitude. The growing season up here obviously supports agriculture because there's a lot of it. I see a lot of dairy farms, I see hay, and I see a bunch of things like corn and stuff like that. So the agricultural business up here is still pretty strong. And the takeaway for me is it's pretty flat too. There's some elevation change, but it's really not like what I'm used to. And being as close as we are to the Thousand Islands, St. Lawrence River, places like that, for those people who like the boating side of things and fishing, this is actually not a bad place to be. The other thing interesting about this part of the world is all the different universities. Canton, I believe it's a 2-year college. And then you have University of St. Lawrence in Canton. That's a big private university, fairly famous. Then up the road in Potsdam, you have Potsdam State, which is a state university. And you have Clarkson, which is my alma mater, an engineering school. Now it's Clarkson University. It used to be Clarkson College of Technology. Now, one of the reasons, here's some corn, one of the reasons I'm headed up this way is there's like a marine junkyard for outboards and IOs and stuff like that. And it's physically in Kalb Junction, south of Canton, New York, north of Governor, off of Route 11. And I wanted to stop in there because I've just seen all kinds of stuff every time I go by. And I'm like, I need to stop in that place. So last week I gave them a call and was able to walk around the facility a little bit, and they were not there. They've got half an acre full of parts. And I guess most of their sales is done through eBay. But I just had to stop in, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. Well, I came to this place just south of Canton, TCS Marine. See, I mostly do chainsaws. This young fella here is already bartering about what I should and should not buy. When I first got here, he was hammered inside that thing, putting something together. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's more than a few outboards around here. And I had a couple of things specific. But I can tell you right now, he's more of a Johnson Evinrude guy than he's a Mercury guy. No kidding. Of course, I'm a Mercury guy. You don't mind me walking around here with a camera, do you? No. There's a customer. Look at that maker.
Keep the mice out of their stuff.
Yeah. But I do notice that most of the Mercury stuff has been relegated to the back.
This is all IO stuff mostly in here. There's some outboard stuff mixed in.
Yeah. See, I got a couple of those 15 horse Johnsons. I'm actually going to swap them out for stuff over time. Got them running. But like you said, they're easy to get going.
Yep.
Quite a collection of stuff. And from what I understand, you break these down, clean up the parts, and sell most of it on eBay.
Correct.
And those buildings are ostensibly full of parts.
Yep.
Catalog.
Yep. Completely full.
No kidding. It's actually pretty impressive.
So we got some more Merc stuff in here. Got another one of these 80s. It's a little newer. It's got the blue cowl on it.
Yeah, those 80s, the 4-cylinders, they had a systemic problem.
Yeah.
So finding those things that actually run are rare as hen's teeth. You know, another really rare thing you might have, I'd be curious, is do you have any old TRS or TR components?
Not that I know of. Not that I don't think so right now.
No kidding.
I've got a 50 here. I've got another one of those that matches the one up front. It's just the 1 cylinder less, I think.
No, that's a 4. 45s and 50s are the same.
80 horse out of 100. That's in different than up front.
Do you have any of the L series?
And which ones are those?
Well, that 700's one.
Okay, yep. I've got that one right there. There's one on the rack over there. I think the 45. There's another actually that's a 65. That must just be a Kalb unit.
Wow.
I've got this one here. There's one on the rack with a lower unit on it. A 45 over there.
Interesting. Okay. Of course, I can't do everything in one trip because I only have a small pickup truck. Boats too, huh?
Actually, there's more back here too. There's another one right there. It's a 70. Yeah, all this stuff just got here yesterday. That's why
Where does it all come from?
everywhere. Marinas all over the place. We've been pretty much all over the state to get this.
Wow.
Old Forge area.
And if you can't sell the parts, you can certainly get money out of the scrap.
Yeah, correct. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch more. That's one of those. That's a carcass for sure. But you know, it's one of those 20s. Fairly beat up lower unit. A couple down there on the bottom.
Yep. No kidding.
This is one of those newer ones right here. But it's a 20, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for one that has an electric start that I can work on. That almost looks like a 35. Is that a 20?
Yeah, I think this is a 35.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, imagine after the loader dumps these things.
That's what we ended up with. I mean, some of this stuff still has parts on it.
Covers.
Yep. Oh, we got tons of those.
Yeah, but people need covers.
If you ever need a cowl, let me know. They're a little hard to ship, that's part of the problem.
Is that a 3-cylinder or a 2? Don't break your back.
Yeah.
You only have one.
Yeah, we're essentially a junkyard with no cars.
Yeah. Oh, that poor thing. It's a 3.
That's a 3, yeah.
Yeah. Poor thing. So that's scrap pile right there. And this is not scrap. Lots and lots and lots of parts. And most of this stuff is stuff that they've pulled off and cleaned up. So obviously they got to command a better price point for it. Actually, it's quite impressive. I got some junk down here I'm going to pick up. Yeah, some people use a skid steer, and others just pick them up with one freaking hand and throw them in there like that. Try getting those out. See, when I get home, I'm not going to have that kind of muscle around. It's going to have to go back to John Deere. This is the definition of absolutely no freaking discipline whatsoever. Thank you, by the way.
No problem.
This is the Kalb Junction, New York. I just pulled out of the junkyard, so I'm heading north towards Canton. And I'll tell you what, thank God my pickup truck is not that big, otherwise I'd be a lot poorer. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'd buy for sure, you know. 8 more miles to Canton, just to give you an idea. What I'll do is as I pick up old outboards to repair and fix, I'll reference them on the video so you can find their phone number and address and stuff on the video channel. Anyway, gotta get back to driving. Talk to you later. Bye for now.